So we are going to start in constructive rest. So come on down onto your mat on your back. Step your feet to a wide position that feels appropriate to your body and let your knees drop in towards each other. And we let the knees drop in towards each other so that they can offer a little bit of support to the legs, and then you don't have to do too much efforting here. And what we're shooting for is to start to just find a little relaxation through the front of your hips. So think where your front pockets would be. That's the place that we're trying to just let chill out for a little bit. So if you can invite a sense of softness right into that space right away, and then just let your arms find a position that feels good to you. So maybe out at your sides, maybe resting on your belly, wherever feels good, or even if you like, placing your hands on those front hip pocket places so that you can just tune in and notice. And then once you've got yourself kind of situated in a comfortable position, just give your body a moment. Let all those little wiggles work themselves out. Hands and feet get soft and heavy. Giving a little time here to find a sense of letting go in your chest and your shoulders. And as you start to find that nice quiet stillness here, take a moment and just tune in and notice your physical body, and notice if there's any parts of your body that are calling attention to them, anything that wants a little extra love and care throughout your practice. And then before we move away from this place, set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice, never doing anything that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. And then with that intention set, we're going to bring the hands palms together and just start to fire up the palms, creating a little warmth and a little friction in between the palms, get them nice and warm. And then once you feel like your palms are nice and warm, we're going to bring them to the front hip bones. Let them rest gently, close your eyes down, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then bring your hands back together, fire up those palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then once your hands are nice and good and hot, we're going to bring them right to the low belly. So underneath the belly button, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring your palms back together, fire them up, get them nice and good and hot. And then once they feel nice and warm, we're going to place them on the solar plexus. So above the belly button, but below the ribs. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring your palms back together, get them good and fired up. And then once your hands feel good and warm, stack them on top of your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring your hands back together, get them fired up. And once your hands are nice and fired up, you're going to just hook your thumbs, gently cup your hands around your throat. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. If you're wearing glasses, just for a moment here, take them off, set them somewhere safe, but somewhere you can reach them again. Fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then once your hands are nice and good and hot, gently cup them over your eyes, over your cheekbones, and over your eyebrows. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. One more time, fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then we're going to make temple mudra. So interlace the fingers, pointers up, reach your arms up and overhead, and think about taking it like a yawn. So just find a nice gentle stretch through the upper part of your body. Nice deep breath in, nice slow breath out, and then gently and slowly release your arms. If you took your glasses off, take a second to put them back on, and then bring your arms into cactus or goalpost position. So elbows in line with the shoulders, 90-degree bend in the elbows, palms facing up. And then once you've got your way there, start to gently turn your head side to side, just to invite some gentle movement into the cervical spine and massage out the back of your head. And as you start to move here, just tune in and notice, how do your shoulders feel in this position? How do your elbows feel? How are your hands feeling? How is your neck feeling? Take one more rock of the head side to side, and then we're going to start to add the knees as well. So you can either stop your head if that feels right to do so, or keep your head turning, but adding your knees. So head turns in one direction, knees move in the opposite direction. And we're just going to start to slowly and gently start to wake up our limbs, wake up our joints, and bring a little fluid into the hips here. Nice. Take one more time each side. And then bring it back to center, knees to center, head to center. We're going to walk the feet in a little bit closer, and then just let your hands find a comfortable position. We're going to take it into our gallop or our little horse trot. So with the feet firmly planted on the ground, you're going to push into your heels, and it's going to create a little shift. And you're going to start going slow. So you push into the heels and feel that little tilt of the pelvis, and your torso moves up just a little bit. And then as you release, you're going to let go. So you're going to come back to that neutral position. And then you're going to start to find a little rhythm here. So you're going to push into your feet, but you're going to make sure this feels like a safe sensation. So it's a little bit vibrational, but we want to make sure it feels good to the low back. So if it feels like going at a faster pace is too much, go slow, push into the heels and release, push into the heels and release. But if it feels okay to get a little rhythm, find a nice little trot, getting that sensation like you're galloping on a horse. So it's just a little bit of an up and down with the torso. Take one or two more times up and down. And then when you're ready, let that come to stillness, move right into pelvic tilt. As you exhale, press your low back into the ground. Inhale and release to the natural curve of your back. Exhale, press your low back down. Inhale to release. One more just like that. Exhale, press your low back down. Inhale to release. And now we're going to roll up into some bridges. So as you exhale, curl the tailbone all the way up. And then as you inhale, drop the sternum down, roll down through your spine. Nice. Exhale and curl the tailbone up. Inhale and roll down through your spine. One more time, just like that. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Inhale and roll down through the spine. Pull the right knee up towards your chest. We're going to just get a light catch of that knee and draw your knee in circles, go in one direction. And then draw your knee in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that right knee out nice and wide. So towards the right shoulder, wide position so that you open the hip up just a little bit, and then circle your right foot in one direction. Circle your right foot the other way. Let your foot come to stillness, and we're going to swing that leg across, slightly across the midline of the body. So towards the left shoulder, but not all the way over towards a twist. So hopefully you feel a little sensation, maybe in the IT band or maybe in the gluteus medius specifically. So just see if you can notice where in the side of your leg or your butt do you feel sensation. And then when you're ready, release, set that foot down, take it to the other side. Pick that left knee up, draw the knee in circles, go in one direction. And then draw the knee in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then take that left knee out nice and wide, swinging it out towards left shoulder. Circle your foot in one direction. And then circle your foot the other way. Beautiful. And then we're going to take that leg over and across the body, slightly across the midline towards the right shoulder. Take a moment here just to notice where in the side of your leg or in the side of your glutes do you feel sensation. Take a nice big breath. Slow breath out. Bring that knee back in toward your chest and bring the right knee into me. So both knees into the chest. And we're going to get a light, firm handhold. So hands are going to hold on to the knees or the shins, and your arms are going to resist a little bit. You're going to push your knees into your hands. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, soften, draw the knees in toward your chest. And then we're going to do that again. Push your knees into your hands, arms resist. Take a nice big breath. Exhale, soften, pull the knees into the chest. One more, just like that. Push your knees into your hands. Take a nice big inhale, arms resist. Exhale, soften, pull the knees into your chest. And now we're going to take those knees, draw them in circles, go in one direction. Awesome. Take your knees and draw them in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. And now from here, as your knees come to stillness, we're going to crisscross the ankles, reach your hands around the outsides of your thighs, catch hold of the tops of the feet, and then just take a little gentle rock side to side. Make sure this feels like a comfortable position to be in. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to rock and roll our way up to an easy seated position. So take a few rocks and rolls, work the length of the spine from tailbone to top of head. And then once you feel like you're ready, catch a little momentum, come all the way up to a nice easy seat. And then take a second when you come up to get yourself situated. Sit bones nice and heavy on the ground, wiggle into your seat a little bit, and then find that nice tall position of the spine. We're going to come right into the shoulders. Inhale, let your shoulders lift up to your ears. Exhale and let your shoulders soften down. Inhale and let your shoulders lift. Exhale to soften down. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale to soften down, nice. And we're going to turn the head to the right and then think of it as an active position. So actively turning so the muscles are working here rather than stretching. Hold that position for one more breath. And then when you're ready, release, take it over to the other side, looking to the left in an active position. So the muscles are working. Take one more breath. Bring it back to center. We're going to move right into a head nod. As you inhale, lift your chin up to the sky. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest. And you're going to keep that going and just move with your breath's rhythm. Inhaling as you lift. Exhaling as you lower. The next time your chin lifts up, stay there. So find a softer position so you can still breathe comfortably and you could swallow, but we want to feel a little gentle stretch through the front of the neck and the throat. Take one more breath. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest and then hang out here. Let your shoulders get heavy. Let the back of your neck get nice and soft. Nice. And then on your next inhale, move right into a seated cat-cow. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. And as you exhale, round your back, round your shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale to round your back. One more time here. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Nice. And then find a neutral spine right into a seated side bend. Right hand's going to touch down to the ground. Left hand reaches up, lean over to the right, and then think about pulling that top thumb back, gaze up towards the sky. And then we're going to round and reach forward. So that top hand is going to round and reach like you're reaching for something across the room. Beautiful. Pull that thumb back, look up towards the sky. Nice. And then we're going to do that again. Round and reach forward. And then pull that thumb back, reach up towards the sky. Beautiful. One more time on this side. Round and reach forward. Pull that thumb back, look up towards the sky, and then we're going to spin it over to the other side. So left hand's going to touch down, right hand's going to reach up. Beautiful. Pull that thumb back, gaze up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to find that round and reach. So round and reach through that right hand, and then pull the thumb back, gaze up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Round and reach forward. Pull the thumb back, gaze up towards the ceiling. One more time, just like that. Round and reach forward. Pull the thumb back, gaze up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And then lift up. We're going to swim both hands behind the back. So nice tall fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, lift your chin, take a nice big breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, release into that nice easy seat. And we're going to bring our fingertips into our thumbs and start a little flick here. So we're just going to bring our hands kind of close to the ear so you can tune in and listen. And then just notice as you get a little bit of a rhythm going or a little bit of pace, does one hand go a little faster than the other? Or are you keeping an even rhythm on both sides? Getting a little heat in the hands, working those muscles. Take a few more times, see how fast you can go. Nice. And then when you're ready, give your hands a nice little gentle shake, wiggle it all out. And then when you're ready, find your way into a tabletop position, spin your legs around, come onto all fours, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. And then once you found your way here, take a second to spread your fingers nice and wide, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat. And then we're just going to engage the upper body. So push into your palms, broaden your shoulders, gaze down between your thumbs, pull the abdominal muscles up just a little bit. So there's a little bit of a firmness in your center. And then once you've found that nice, even position with your posture, gazing down between your thumbs, take a big conscious breath here. Nice deep inhale. Nice slow exhale. Beautiful. Move right into your cat-cow from here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to round. One more breath here. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale to round. Beautiful. And then in a neutral spine, we're going to move right into spinal balance. So left hand, right leg are going to reach out. Nice. And then lift up. Keep your nice neutral spine. So we want to keep nice and strong in our center, gazing down at the floor. Take a nice deep breath here. Beautiful. And then with control, lower it down. Take a second to rearrange anything that you need to it. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So left leg, right hand are going to reach out. Lift up if it feels appropriate. Firm up your center, gazing down at the floor. Beautiful. Release with control. Both sets of toes are going to curl under. We're going to pull the butt back towards the heels, get a little stretch to the toes and the bottoms of the feet, and then bring yourself forward, shoulders slightly past the wrists. Nice. Pull your butt back towards your heels. Come forward, shoulders slightly past the wrists. Pull your butt back towards your heels. Come forward, shoulders slightly past the wrist. And this time we're going to come back towards the heels and hang out just a little bit longer. So let your butt get nice and heavy into your heels. If it feels good, you can wiggle into your toes or rock your hips a little side to side. Any little bit of gentle movement here that feels nice to you. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, come back up nice and easy. Release your toes. In this tabletop position, we're going to play around with our Uddiyana Bandha, what we've been practicing in a standing position, but now we're going to just see if we can find it here. So what we're shooting for is a nice full inhale. Fill your lungs up. Exhale, let all your air go. And then at the end of the exhale, you're going to suck the abdominal muscles up and in. Hollow your belly as best you can. Hold that position. And then when you're ready, you're going to release the abdominal muscles and then take your inhale. Fill up with air. Exhale, a nice deep breath. Let all that air go. At the end of the exhale, suck the abdominal muscles in. Make that nice hollow belly. Hold it just as long as you can. When you're ready, release the abdominal muscles and then take your inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the abdominal muscles in, making that hollow belly best you can. Hold it just as long as you can. And then when you're ready, release the abdominal muscles, take your inhale. Beautiful. And then take 3 more cat and cows here just to release those muscles. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale and round your back. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale to round. And then find a neutral position of the spine, move right into C-spine. So hug your right shoulder towards your right hip, look over the shoulder, bring it through center and over to the other side. And then just take 2 more times each side, just moving at a pace that feels good to you. Beautiful. And then as you come back to center, right into puppy pose. So hips stay in line with the knees, hands walk towards the top edge of your mat. Let your chest and your forehead melt down and take 3 nice big breaths here. When you're ready, nice and easy, we're going to bring it back up into a tabletop position, but now we're going to start to find our way down onto our belly. So if you like, we're going to take it through a low plank, but if low plank's not for you this morning, just come down onto your belly in any way that works. Then if it feels good to do so, elbows in line with the shoulders, elbows and forearms down. We're going to step our feet to the back edge of the mat, lower your butt so you're feeling most of the work in the upper torso, up in the shoulders, arms are working, belly's pulling in nice and firm. And then once you feel like you've got it, gaze down at the floor, take a nice big breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, with control, release your knees down, let your toes go, soften down and come right into a Sphinx position. So elbows in line with the shoulders, energetically pulling the elbows towards the ribs, get a little squeeze in the shoulder blades, lift up through the crown of the head, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. And then we're going to walk the elbows wide, coming a little bit lower. Take a second to kind of shake out your bum, wiggle out your heels. And we're going to take a couple of scorpion twists here. So you can either extend both arms out or switch from side to side. I like to switch personally. Right hand is going to reach out. We're going to roll over onto the right hip, step your left foot behind you, and then bring it right back in. Onto the belly, left hand reaches out, right hand comes in, and roll over onto that left hip, step your right foot behind you. Beautiful. Bring it back onto the belly. Right hand reaches out, roll over onto that hip, left foot steps behind you. Bring it back in, left hand out, right hand comes in, roll to the left, and then bring it back to center. One more time each side. Right hand reaches out, roll over onto that hip, bring it back to center. Left hand reaches out, roll over onto the left hip. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. And then both hands are just going to frame along the shoulders. We're going to bend the knees and swish the heels a little side to side. Nice. One more swish of the heels each side. And then release your toes back down to the ground. We're going to push our way up into a tabletop position. Knees in line with the hips, wrists in line with the shoulders. Once you found your way there, curl both sets of toes under, exhale and find your way up to a downward facing dog. Take a few petals of the legs here. Start to tune in. Notice, how do the backs of your legs feel? How do your wrists feel? How do your shoulders feel? Beautiful. Take one more petal of each leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back down into tabletop position and find our way to extended child's pose. So big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat. Bring your butt back to your heels. And then find a nice bit of reach through the arms. So energetically reaching through the arms, through the fingers. Let your forehead soften just to a point that feels comfortable. Take one more breath. We're going to stick with this extended child's pose position, but lift up slightly so we can thread the needle. So you're going to lift your butt away from your heels, take your right hand, thread it through and underneath. So this time we're going to take the spine width. So right ear, right shoulder are going to come towards the ground, and then let your butt come back towards your heels, reaching through the left hand, reaching through the right hand. Take a nice big breath and just notice the back of your body, your shoulders, and that lightly twisted position. Take a big inhale. Slow exhale. And then when you're ready, lift up slightly, release that right arm, and right away, we're going to take it to the other side. Thread the left hand through and underneath, left ear, left shoulder to the ground. Butt comes back towards the heels, a little reach through the right hand, a little reach through the left hand. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Awesome. And then lift back up. Unwind, take that arm out. And then we're going to lift the butt away from the heels, walk your knees back in so that they're in line with the hips, curl your toes under, exhale, find your way up to downward facing dog. And then look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a nice folded ragdoll at the top of your mat. Feet about hip or shoulder distance apart. Make a little space for yourself here. Make some space for your belly, space for your chest, and then let everything hang nice and heavy. Super generous bend in your knees, so we're not yanking against the backs of the hamstrings. We haven't even warmed them up yet. Take one more breath here in this nice little heavy stillness. And then when you're ready, we're going to catch hold of the elbows and take a little gentle sway side to side. Take one more little sway side to side, and then let your fingertips come back down to the ground. Big giant bend in your knees. Pull your abdominal muscles in nice and strong from your navel center. Roll up to a standing position. And then as you come on up, roll your shoulders down and back, and then give yourself a second just to get situated at the top of your mat. So you find your mountain pose, toes and knees pointing fairly forward, feet about hip or shoulder distance apart. And then we're just going to tune back down to the feet. So finding that nice tall, upright, lifted position. As you inhale, just lift your toes away from the floor and spread your toes. And then as you exhale, let your toes soften down. Inhale and lift your toes, spread your toes. Exhale and let your toes soften down. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale, lift your toes, spread your toes. Exhale, let your toes soften down. And now we're going to come into a little bounce. So just a little pop of the heels. So we're going to find some more vibrational work here. So we're letting the heels just bounce at a rhythm that feels appropriate to you, and allow that bounce to find its way into all parts of your body. So you might notice it in your breath. You might notice a little shaking in your arms, shaking your belly, shaking your bum. Notice it in your shoulders. You might even notice it in your hair. Take a few more good bounces here just to find that nice vibration in your body. And then when you're ready, let that come to stillness. Close your eyes down if it feels right. Just take a moment to notice. Take a big inhale. Nice slow exhale. On your next inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more time. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Right hand's going to stay down on the thigh. Left hand's going to reach up alongside your ear. Take a gentle side bend over to the right. Bring it back up. Left hand touches down. Right hand reaches up. Lean over to the left. Bring it back up. Both hands are going to swim behind the back. Interlace the fingers here. Draw the knuckles down. Arms away from the back of the body. Lift your chin. Take a nice big breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, release your hands to your hips. Shift your weight over to your left foot. We're just going to peel the right heel off the ground. Big toe is going to stay on the ground. Right here, you might get a lot of information about where your balance is at this morning. And then if you know that you need to keep your big toe on the ground, you're going to keep it there. But if it feels good to just check in a little bit further, lift your toe away from the ground. And then when you're ready, set that foot down. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Peel your left heel up. Big toe stays on the ground. Take a moment to notice. And especially our bodies are not symmetrical. So you might notice one side is way off compared to the other. So just notice. If it feels good to do so, pick the toe up off the ground. Beautiful. Set that foot down. And now we're going to shift back over to the left foot, keeping your hands on your hips. And you're going to slide your right foot back. So big toe is going to stay on the ground. And then notice, did your hips get a little uneven? Can you square up your hips, keeping that toe on the ground? And then when you're ready, slide that foot in, keeping your hips even if you can. Hands on the hips. We're going to slide the left toe back. Notice if your hips moved a little bit. Can you square up your hips? And then with those squared up hips, can you slide that left foot back in? Beautiful. And then bring it back to mountain pose. Anchor into your feet, lift up through the crown of your head. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. We're going to press the palms together. Elbows are going to stay nice and wide, and a nice active press between those palms. As you inhale, lift your heels up away from the floor just as high as you can control. Exhale and float your heels back down. Inhale, lift your heels up, press into the palms. Exhale and float your heels back down. Nice, one more just like that. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, float your heels down and let your hands come down at your sides. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Knees bent or straight, totally up to you. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, stepping the right leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, toes tucked or release. That's totally up to you. Bring your hand to your front knee, lift your chest, pull that left hip crease back, reach your arms up, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, float your hands down to the ground, curl the back toes under, lift your back knee up, heart forward, look forward, take a breath. And then when you're ready, plant your palms, step back to a plank. Right away, we're going to bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of your elbows, lower with control onto your belly. 3 low cobras here. Inhale to lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, push your way up into a tabletop position. And now we're going to take it into a crooked table. So left elbow and forearm are going to come down onto the ground. We're going to push into the right palm so the right shoulder lifts just a little bit. We're going to pick that right knee up, pick it up nice and high, and then let the foot fall behind you. So hopefully you'll find a little sensation through the front of that right pocket. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release, come back up into tabletop position, curl the toes under, exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position. Roll your shoulders around, down and back. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left leg back, low lunge. Bring the knees down, the back toes tucked or release. That's totally up to you. Hand to your front knee, lift your chest. Pull that right hip crease back. Reach your arms up and take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Float your hands down. Curl the back toes under. Pick your back knee up. Heart forward, look forward. Take a breath. Beautiful. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Right away, bring your knees down, rotate the eyes of your elbows, lower with control onto your belly. We're going to add on a little bit here. So as you inhale and lift your heart, you're going to lift your right toes as well. Exhale and lower down. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your left toes. Exhale to lower down, both toes this time. So as you inhale, lift your heart, lift both toes. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. Push your way up into a tabletop position, into our crooked table. So right elbow and forearm are going to come down onto the ground. Press into your left hand so that shoulder raises up just a little bit. Pick that left knee up and then let the foot fall behind you, finding a little sensation through the front of that left hip pocket. Nice. And then when you're ready, releasing that down, come up into your tabletop, curl your toes under, exhale to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders around, down and back. Shift right over to your left foot, slide your right foot back, big toe on the ground just to start, And then when you're ready, in airplane arms. So we're going to reach through the fingers, finding a little engagement through the back of the body. So you're going to start to lean your heart forward just a little bit, pick that leg up, gaze down at the floor. So keep a steady drishti, a nice focused gaze on one single point. And then when you're ready, lower it back down, take a second, shake it out, bounce out anything that you came across there. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. So shift your weight onto your right foot, reaching through the fingertips, slide that left foot back, a little hip hinge, leaning forward, focus your gaze. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bring it all back up and in. Give everything a little shake, a little bounce, and then find your mountain pose again. Toes and knees pointing fairly forward, lifting up through the crown of your head. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step the right leg back, low lunge, bring the knee down. With your breath, if you can, inhale, raise your arms up. As you exhale, float your arms down. We're going to take 1/2 splits here, pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Rock yourself forward and find your runner's lunge. Pick the back knee up, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Beautiful. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Lower your knees, rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower with control onto your belly. One cobra here, just as high as you like. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Push your way up to a tabletop position. Curl the toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Right leg is going to lift up nice and high. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Beautiful. Release that leg with control. Look forward, walk, step, or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge, bring the knee down, toes tucked or release, your choice. With the breath, if you can, inhale, raise your arms up. When you're ready, float your hands down, 1/2 splits here. We're gonna pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. And then as you rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, come into your runner's lunge. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Beautiful, plant your palms, step back to plank. Lower your knees, rotate the eyes of your elbows, lower with control onto your belly. One cobra just as high as you like. Exhale as you lower down. Push your way up into a tabletop position. Exhale up to down dog. Left leg up into three-legged dog, bend the knee and let your hip roll open. Nice, release that foot with control. Look forward, walk, step, or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Airplane into those arms. Shift your weight into your left foot, slide your right toe back, and then take it into your warrior three, going just as far as feels comfortable for you. So you might choose to keep your toe on the ground if that feels like a better balance for you there. But if you can pick the toe up, awesome. Find a little reach through the fingers, little reach through the toes. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, release with control. Take a second to shake anything out that you need to, and then take it over to the other side. Airplaning through the arms. So nice big reach through the fingers. Slide the left toe back, hinge from your waist, lean your heart forward just as far as you like. Keep that energy reaching through the toes, through the fingers. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release. Bring it all back up and in. Give everything a little shake, and then we're going to come back to that bounce. So we're going to come back to that popping of the heels, allowing that bounce to come into your body. So let your tissue be soft as you can. Let the muscles be soft, and let everything jiggle just a little bit. Nice. Take one more good little bounce here, and then let everything come to stillness. Let your arms be soft and heavy. If it feels good to do so, close your eyes down for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Open your eyes, inhale, arms up and look up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to downward facing dog. Pick up the heels, lower the knees, come into a tabletop position. We're going to take one more time with that Uddiyana Bandha, finding that nice flying up block. So take your inhale. As you exhale, at the end of the exhale, suck the abdominal muscles in, find that nice hollow belly. Beautiful. Release the abdominal muscles, take your inhale. Exhale. At the end of your exhale, suck the abdominal muscles in, hold it as long as you can. Release the abdominal muscles, take inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the abdominal muscles in, hold it for a moment if you can. When you're ready, release the abdominal muscles, take your inhale. Beautiful. Walk your knees together, big toes together, take it back to child's pose. Bring your butt back to your heels, slide your hands back and see if you can let your hands find the soles of your feet. Take one more breath. From here, we're going to take it into our hare pose. So for some of us, our reach of our heels might not be available once we start to lift up a little bit. So we're going to bring our crown of our head onto the ground as we start to lift up so that the butt lifts away from the heels. If you can keep contact with your soles of your feet or your heels, awesome. My arms are a little short, so I usually end up finding that I slide up to my ankles. If you have anything going on with your head or your neck that you shouldn't be putting pressure on your neck, then please just keep it to the point where you are on your forehead only. But if it feels available to do so, you're going to lift your butt away from your heels, rolling up onto the crown of your head. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, with control, bring your butt back to your heels. Release your hands from the soles of the feet. Float your way up into a tabletop position. Move your knees so that they're back in line with the hips. Beautiful. Curl your toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to forward fold at the top of your mat. At the top of the mat, right hand's going to stay on the ground. We're going to tent the fingers. Bend your right knee. Straighten your left and reach your left hand up towards the sky. Awesome. Bring that left hand down. We're going to bend the left knee, tent your left fingers, straighten your right leg, and reach your right hand up towards the sky. Beautiful. When you're ready, release both hands down to the ground, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders around, down and back. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, toes tucked to release, totally up to you. With the breath, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down. Pull back to half splits, pull the butt back, peel the front toes up. Rock yourself forward, pick the back knee up, come into your runner's lunge. Beautiful. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Lower your knees, rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower with control onto your belly. One cobra here as high as you like. Inhale, lift your heart up. As you exhale, can you find your way up to downward facing dog? Right leg up into three-legged dog, bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Beautiful. And then if you can, step that foot through to the top of your mat. So we're finding a runner's lunge to the other side. Help it along if you need to, and then take a moment. Heart forward, look forward, take a breath. Beautiful. Step that back foot up to meet, come to forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge, bringing the knee down, toes tucked to release, totally up to you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up, half splits. Rock yourself forward as you rock forward, curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up. Beautiful, plant the palms, step back to plank. Bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower nice and strong. Inhale up to Cobra just as high as you like. And as you exhale, find your way up to downward facing dog. Left leg up into three-legged dog, bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Nice, and then when you're ready, step that left foot through to the top of the mat, or step it as far as it goes, help it along the rest of the way. Pause for a moment, heart forward, look forward, take a breath. And then when you're ready, step that back foot up to meet into your forward fold. Beautiful. From here, we're going to start to find our way down to the ground. So bend your knees, pick up your heels, lower into that little ball of yarn. Nice. And then when you're ready, set your butt down onto the ground. We're going to extend both legs nice and long out in front. And then take it into our little staff pose. So pull the toes towards you. So legs are nice and active, feet are nice and active, hands alongside your hips. Press into your palms, get as tall as you can here, reaching up through the crown of your head. So the back of the body is active, arms are active, lifting up through the crown of the head, legs are active. You might even get so active here that your heels are slightly lifted away from the floor. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then soften, bounce out your knees just a little bit, wiggle out your toes. We're going to take the left foot in like you're bringing it into a tree pose, and we're going to take it right into head to knee pose. So hips are going to stay facing forward. Take a nice big breath, reach up. Think about pulling the belly up and over. And as you exhale, reach towards your foot. If you need to bend that extended leg, bend it so you're not yanking against the hamstrings. But if you can find a little basket weave to catch hold of the bottom of the foot, place the bottom of the foot into your little basket weave and then push your heel forward, straightening the leg just as much as feels comfortable. Take one more breath. If you've got that little basket weave, go ahead and release it. Reach through the fingertips, inhale, come up nice and strong. Float your hands down, lean back into your sit bones just a little bit so you can switch. Bring the right leg in, send the left leg out, hips still stay facing forward. Once you've got your way there, nice. Inhale, lift up, think about pulling the belly up and over. Exhale, reach towards your foot, bend that knee if you need to, and then see if you can find that little basket weave to catch hold of the bottom of the foot. And then once you've got that, if it feels available, push into your heels to straighten your leg just as much as feels comfortable. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, release your basket weave, reach through the fingers, lift up and overhead. Nice, lean back into your sit bones, keeping the arms up if you can. Can you bring that left foot in so that you find your way into your cobbler's pose? Take a second to find your way there, and then keeping that lift through the fingertips, hinge from your waist, reaching forward just as far as feels good. So you find a little sensation in the inner thigh, the groin, or the outer edges of your hips, but no shooting sensation in the knee or the low back. And then once you've found your edge, let your hands come down to the ground, soften through the back of your body, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. Slowly and mindfully walk your hands up so you come up into a seated position. See if you can keep your legs in that cobbler's pose position and start to roll your way down onto the ground. So you might choose to bring your elbows and forearms down or come down in any way that works good for you. But we're going to find our way down and then hopefully come back to that reclined cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. And then once you've found your way here, we're going to take it into just a little bit of work for the abdominal muscles. So reach your hands straight out from your chest like you're holding a beach ball. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, pull the abdominal muscles down towards the spine, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Inhale to release back down. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to release. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to release. Exhale to curl up. One more time here. Inhale to release. Exhale to curl up. And then as you inhale and release down, hands are going to find the outsides of the thighs. Help your knees come together. Pull them up into your chest. Give yourself a light little squeeze, maybe a gentle rock side to side. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to take it right into supine twist. So hold on to your right knee, let your left leg go nice and long, taking the right knee over to the left, over and across the body. Right arm opens out nice and wide, keeping your right shoulder grounded if you can, and turning your head to the right if that feels available. Take one more breath. And then we're going to bring that right knee back in and take it into a half happy baby. So we're going to swing that knee out nice and wide, float your foot up, and then see if you can catch hold. Maybe the blade edge of the foot, maybe you choose for the back of the thigh or your big toe, whatever handhold works good for you. But that knee is outside of the ribs, off to the side of the body. Let the knee get heavy towards the earth, heel up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, nice and easy, release your hold from that foot, pull the left knee into your chest, let your right leg go nice and long. And then right away, we take that supine twist to the other side. So left knee over and across the body to the right, left arm opens out nice and wide, and then maybe your head turns to the left if that feels good. Beautiful. When you're ready, pull that left knee back in, and we're going to take it into that half happy baby. So the knee swings out past the ribs, float your foot up. Maybe you catch the blade edge of your foot, maybe your big toe, or maybe the back of the thigh, whatever handhold feels comfortable. And then think about drawing the knee down towards the floor, heel up towards the sky, soften here, and come back to your breath. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, releasing your handhold from that leg, bring the knee into the chest, bring the right knee into meet. So both knees come into the chest. We're going to take those knees, draw them in circles, go in one direction. And then draw your knees in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. Hug them in, a little squeeze. And then with a firm hold with your arms, push your knees into your hands. Arms are going to resist. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, pull it back in. Push your knees into your hands. Hands are going to resist. Take a big inhale. Exhale, soften and pull it in. One more just like that. Push your knees into your hands. Hands resist. Take a big inhale. Exhale to soften. Beautiful. And then float your feet down to the ground. And we're going to come back to our little gallop or trot. So you're going to push into your heels and find that little up and down sensation, like you're trotting on a horse. So the torso moves up and down just a little bit. And then as you find this work here, tune in again and notice. So if going fast does not feel good, make it super slow and super mindful. But if it feels okay to get a little rhythm, allow for a loose softness through the torso so that movement feels good and we're not locking against any of the joints. Take one more little gallop of trot and then let that come to stillness. Toe heel your feet out just a little bit and then let your knees drop in towards each other. So back to that constructive rest position. And then we're going to fire up the palms again. So bring your hands together, fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then once your hands feel really good and hot, cup them over those front hip bones, close your eyes down, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring your hands back together, fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then once they feel nice and good and hot, right to the low belly. So underneath the belly button, but above the hip bones, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. When you're ready, bring those palms back together, fire up your hands, get them nice and good and hot. Once they feel nice and good and hot, bring them right to the solar plexus above the belly button, but below the ribs. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring the palms back together, fire them up, get them nice and good and hot. Once your hands are good and hot, place them right over the heart. Stack one hand on top of the other. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Bring your hands back together, fire up those palms, get them nice and good and hot. Once your hands are good and hot, we're going to hook the thumbs, gently cup the hands around the throat. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. If you're wearing glasses, take a moment to set them somewhere safe. And then when you're ready, fire up your palms, get them nice and good and hot. Once your hands are nice and good and hot, we're going to cup the hands over the eyes, over the eyebrows, over the cheekbones. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then one last time, fire up those palms, get them nice and good and hot. And then once those palms are nice and good and hot, interlace the fingers, temple mudra, stretch your arms up and overhead. Take a nice deep breath. Nice slow breath out. And then when you're ready, slowly release and start to find your way into your Shavasana. You might choose to stay in constructive rest if that feels nice, good and supportive to the low back. You might opt to take it into reclined cobbler's pose or maybe take that more traditional shape. But whatever shape you take, maybe you grab your blanket or throw in your socks or your sweater, anything that makes you feel super comfy. Wonderful. And then once you've got yourself cozied up and tucked in, take a second to work out all those little wiggles. Make sure everything feels like it's in a good and comfortable position. And then just give a little time here. Let your body settle in. Let your mind and your body reconnect here. So allow that little bit of time so that your body and your brain can catch up with all the work that you've just done. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Become aware of the floor beneath you. If it feels good to do so, just start to turn your head gently side to side, just inviting some gentle movement back into the cervical spine, massaging out the back of the head. Take one more little turn of the head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, just a gentle nod of the head up and down. So maybe it's a 1 centimeter of movement. It's not huge, but just to tuck the chin slightly and lift the chin slightly. Take one more little nod up and down. And then start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, gently reawaken your body. Maybe move into your wrists and your ankles. Maybe wiggle your knees or your hips. Any little gentle bit of movement here that feels good. And then if it feels really good to do so, take a big good morning stretch like a yawn. Stretch your arms up and overhead, reach your legs nice and long. Reach from fingers to toes. Take up a whole bunch of space on your mat. Take up a whole bunch of space in your world. Take a nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then when you're ready at your own pace, in your own way, find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Awesome. And then as you come up to your comfortable seated position, just take a second to get super comfy, wiggle into your sits bones. And then if it feels good to do so, close your eyes down and just take a moment to come back to the breath. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice slow exhale. We're going to pick up the left hand and just give your hand a good gentle shake. Nothing fancy, just shake the hand a little bit. And then when we reset the hand down, we're going to flip it, palm facing up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to pick up the right hand, keeping the left hand where it is. Give your right hand a good gentle shake. And then when you feel ready, flip the palm facing up, let the hand rest back down. So now both palms facing up towards the ceiling. Take a nice gentle inhale. Nice slow exhale. And then on your next inhale, gather both hands right to your heart center, stacking one hand on top of the other, and then bow your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Thursday.